Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
It smells like bliss in the studio. Everyone all set, cocked, locked, blissed. Here we go. Your dial set correctly to USAPrepares.com. We are delighted you're here. We broadcast 2 hours today from high atop the Missouri Ozark Mountains. John is engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. Dr. Norman Shealy is with us. Welcome, Dr. Shealy.
Good morning, Vincent. I just found them.
I'm so glad.
I don't have time to talk about it today because I got to do all the percentages.
Okay, well, what I did was I looked everywhere. Maybe we should share what we're looking for, talking about. We were looking for some specific emails, and I looked everywhere. And by the way, when I get an email that it ends with an extension that ends in .dat, I have no way of opening that. And so I don't know what to do with those. And I've looked it up, and the software I have just doesn't recognize it. But anyway, Dr. Shealy, for those who would like to call in and chat with us today, specifically you, 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. And we'll pay for the call. Dr. Shealy, something very interesting happened to me at the meetup on Monday. And I'd like to share this with you. And I really don't know how to respond to this. So here it goes. The way the meetup works is there are virtually no rules. We behave like ladies and gentlemen, and pretty much any topic is up for discussion. And the topic of last Monday's meetup, or one of the topics, was food, long-term storage food, how to determine a long-term storage, a food plan for long-term storage. And Freeze Dry Guy was there for that. And Lincoln Justice was with us, and he wanted to talk about alternative energy, specifically the KESH technology, the plasma reactor. And he showed a video. And so the first thing that happens is I do a monologue about my take on the news, and then we get into the seminars. So I was doing the monologue, and I stopped and I said, just wondering, does anyone have a cell phone here? Do any of you have cell phones? Nope, no one. Not one person, which was wonderful. I was so excited. And I said, okay, by the way, how many of you are armed? Have a handgun? And some hands went up, and I said, well, no. Well, not as many as I had hoped, but there were a bunch, but not, I would have liked a lot more. I'd kind of like 100% participation in that. So then here's the next thing that happened was this tall blonde walked in, and this person had not been to our meetup before. And in this blonde's hands was a cell phone, and the blonde was looking down at the cell phone, responding to something, typing something in on the screen. And I was at the microphone, and I said, "Hi, is that a cell phone?" I mean, it was clear, right? So I'm confused. Is that a cell phone? And the response was yes. And I said, well, the committee met, and so who's the committee? I have no idea. But the committee met, and they don't want cell phones here in the restaurant. So I said, you could put that in your car. And the response was, I walked. And I said, well, that's okay. Mike here our kitchen manager and instructor will be glad to take your cell phone in the back, put it in a basket and put it in the back there. So that's what happened. Now, it gets more interesting, Dr. Shealy. Now, when we had this discussion, this blonde and I, the voice was very masculine. And I thought, I've seen this person before. Now, at the end of the meetup, this blonde came up to me and said, you might not remember me. I used to go by the name of Joe, and now my name is Joe.
I knew it was coming.
my name is Joe Lynn now, since I've transgendered. Now that's a quote, okay? And I think the name went from Joe to Joe Lynn. Now this Joe Lynn was wearing a dress, long blonde hair. Oh, I'd say almost maybe close to down to her elbows. Now this is and I looked up transgender, and I'm really confused. I don't know what it is. Is this? But this seems to be a phenomenon that's happening more and more often, and we got to see
what I think it is.
Okay.
Sick. Now, I have to explain when I say that, Vince, that I have a son who is a psychologist who is totally estranged at me at the moment because I wrote an article about transvestite foods, and he gave me a 20-page email about how insensitive I was and hurting people's feelings, and I finally said, what I can't say on the radio, and I said, this is nonsense. I think I'm going to tell you what I think, and I know it's going to offend a few people and tough enough.
Since when has that stopped us, Dr. Shealy?
Right. If you don't like your gender, fine, do something about it psychologically, but don't play this fake transgender thing where you grow boobs maybe with either surgery or hormones and don't even cut off your penis. I mean, I hear that Glamour magazine is calling Jenner now Woman of the Year.
Right.
You're not a woman if you don't have the genes. There's one thing that defines women, and there's no politically correct way of doing anything different. Either you've got an XX chromosome or you've got an XY chromosome. If you've got XX chromosomes, you're a woman. If you've got XY, you're a man. And all the surgery in the world cannot do anything about that. So, other than that, Jolene, how are you?
So, Dr. Shealy, I have never heard it said so succinctly and so clearly and so accurately. Basically, you're saying there are genetic, measurable indicators that there's no ambiguity. If you have XX, you're a woman. If you have XY, you're a man, and that's all there is to it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's that simple, and no political nonsense in the world is going to change that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, if you look at Bruce Jenner, and I remember when he was an athlete, and he was quite an athlete, he looked like a man to me. And he participated in the Olympics as a man, and his chromosomes obviously would be that of a man, and he can't change that if he wanted to. He can. No. He can.
And there's no way that I would call him a woman under any circumstances before any audience. Mm-hmm. And so Glamour magazine is now in the dustbin. Well, I never had it anyway, but if I had it, it would be in the fireplace.
Okay, well, that's a really good point, because I have decided that I am going to boycott companies who do things that I don't like. Absolutely boycott them and talk about them. And let me give you an example. There is a television manufacturer, goes by the name of Vizio, and they have unveiled this technology where they are going to watch monitor our viewing habits on the television. They are going to collect them and sell them to people who want to advertise to us, so we can have custom advertising directed just toward us based on our viewing habits. and I'm outraged. So who is it that sells Vizio? Well, Sam's Club sells Vizio. That's a problem for me because I'm a Sam's Club member, and we buy in bulk there. And I was talking with Mrs. Finelli at the dinner table last night. So, all right, so, what are we going to do about this? I don't want to support a company that sells a product that spies on me. That's the last thing I want to do. I'm going to vote with my wallet. But pretty soon, Dr. Shealy, there aren't going to be many places where we can shop. It's out of control. But I think we need to go to Sam's Club and say, wow, so you started selling these new spy TVs. All right, well, I'm going to have to tell everybody I know to cut up their Sam's card and actually demand a refund on the unused balance of my membership for this period. I don't like it, Dr. Shealy, and I really think that we should literally vote with our wallets and our feet. What do you think?
Well, I'm with you. I just this morning discovered I bought a gallon of apple juice at Ty-Vee.
Uh-huh.
And there in the smallest possible print, which you have to have in the right light and the right angle to see.
Yeah.
It says from New Zealand/China.
Right. We've seen it.
What on earth does that mean, first of all? Secondly, I wouldn't want to put in my mouth an air bubble from China, which I have to anyway because it circulates, but certainly a drop of water from China.
Right. Now, it's not that we are against the Chinese people. What we are against is the fact that they've cheated. They've put melamine in some of their products. They have some dog chews that have killed and poisoned dogs. They don't seem to have the same manufacturing ethics that we seem to have. At least that's my understanding. Now we cheat too. It's not like U.S. companies.
Companies in this country do cheat. And one of the biggest ones is Whole Foods. They've been found to be cheating on labeling of some of their products.
Well, do you know the story about Hy-Vee? I mean, since we opened that box, Hy-Vee is spelled.
It's owned by Kroger, which left Springfield.
Yeah, Kroger left Springfield,
but they left Hy-Vee.
Well, let me tell you. Hold on a second. So is Hy-Vee still there?
Oh, Hy-Vee is right there on Battlefield and Kansas Expressway.
Okay, that's spelled Hy-Vee. And when we come back, I'm going to share a story about USA Prepares, our meetup, and Hy-Vee, the grocery store / supermarket in Springfield, Missouri. And I'll tell you what happened to us. Unbelievable. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off every day, and the home security industry wants you to believe that's your only option. They've got hordes of salesmen out there trying to scare you into signing one of their long-term contracts. You get stuck writing huge checks month after month with no way out. It's robbery by contract, and it can cost you thousands. But there's a better way to protect your home. Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe has no contracts. None. You'll get award-winning 24/7 protection, security professionals watching over your home, ready to instantly send police to the rescue for just $14.99 per month. That's less than half what most companies charge. Protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafedefense.com today for an exclusive 10% offer and get a free keychain remote worth $25. Only when you go to simplysafedefense.com. simplysafedefense.com.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, libertyoncall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to libertyoncall.org right now, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's libertyoncall.org.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Dr. Norm Shealy is with us at normshealy.com, NORMSHEALY.com. So, Dr. Shealy, we had a lot of people attend at Ziggy's restaurant in Springfield, Missouri, and we kind of outgrew the facility. So we looked around for another place, and we found Hy-Vee had an area where they had a drink fountain service bar. If you wanted Asian food, you could order it right there. They'd make it right there on the spot. If you wanted a submarine sandwich, if you wanted pizza, if you wanted a salad, if you wanted seafood, no matter what you wanted, it was like a restaurant that served everything, as well as a huge supermarket, easily the size of a Walmart supercenter. So I talked to the assistant manager of the store, and I said, here's what we'd like to do, and we'd like to come to your place, and we'll bring over 100 people. I think we had 115 or so at that time attend that night, and we set it up, and it was all approved, and we just showed up, and I thought, for our very first meeting, we ought to really tone this thing down, so we won't have Mike Ma come. Because Mike Ma is a real distraction to everything around him, and he's the center of attention. I thought, well, how can we tone this down? Oh, Roy Birdsong. Let's talk about cell phones. Let's talk about making a cell phone call from Wi-Fi without using a cell phone carrier. Let's talk about the difference between tablets and notebook computers. That's pretty safe, and that ought to work just fine. So we started to meet up, and the manager of the evening came by, and he checked us out many times, like every 15 minutes, just to make sure everything is going the way it was supposed to. And every time he came by, I said, so how's it going? Is this what you thought we were going to be doing? And, oh, this is great, this is great, this is great. And the employees would swing by, and they'd kind of make it their business to just check out and try to lean in and listen to what we were talking about, because it was so interesting to them. And so everything was just great. And I figure, well, let's say each person spent $100 there because they'd buy gasoline and they'd buy some food. $100 times, let's say there are just 100 people there. I mean, that's a lot of money per year, right? Anyway, we got thrown out. Literally, the next day I called and said, well, okay, what do you think? And the guy said, we can't have you back. I said, you're kidding, right? Well, I said, we got a complaint. I said, about what? He said, well, some guy said if you're going to talk about cell phones, he wouldn't come back. So because one guy went to the manager and said he wouldn't shop there if we were going to be there, we all got thrown out. So we only lasted.
Of Mizzou?
Yeah.
Doesn't that tell you about political nonsense correctness?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean,
so I haven't been back to Hy-Vee since then. I have not. And by the way, Hy-Vee, just so our class understands, in Springfield, Missouri, there is preferential treatment given to certain businesses, and they're called special tax districts. So, for example, let's say Hy-Vee wants to have a traffic light in front of their store, so people can stop and then turn in, make it convenient. Well, the city accommodates those kinds of things, curb cuts and things like that. Well, but you, the customer, get to pay extra sales tax to go to those places. So if you look at the sales tax rate at Hy-Vee in Springfield, it's more expensive than a couple blocks down the road. Seriously. Sales tax rate is higher for Hy-Vee than other competitors. But you don't know that because they don't advertise it. They don't say, come on in and spend more in tax right here at Hy-Vee. So there you have it. So we got thrown out, Dr. Shealy, and I have not been back to Hy-Vee since, and I don't intend to go to Hy-Vee.
Well, I'm glad to know that because I was thinking of going to the manager and pouring some apple juice on him. And say, I hope it doesn't kill you. Oh, dear.
I was thinking more like a little pinhole in the container and walking in with it and having it leave a trail from the parking lot all the way and just say, gee, I hope you can get somebody here to talk to me soon at this customer service because this thing's leaking, more every second. And that was a big problem. But that's something that I might do. Dr. Shealy, but that really is the story about Hy-Vee. So back to Joe Lynn. I really don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Do you have any thoughts, or do we just kind of ignore it?
Me not have a thought?
I'll tell you what.
I'm alive.
I'll tell you what. We'll talk about that Joe Lynn's scenario when a transgender person comes into your life. What do you do? What do you do? Is there a protocol? We'll be right back.
There are hundreds of silver products on the market today, but there's nothing like the astonishing health benefits of the multi-patented One Silver Solution. Boost your immune system at a great price with our Silver Solution Liquid, starting at $12.95 a bottle. Now available in regular and extra strength. That's half the price of the leading competitors. Call 844-USE-SILVER for your free catalog, or go to onesilversolution.com. Onesilversolution.com. There is only one Silver Solution.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I have an important message. Right now, the highest levels of government are struggling against an inevitable crisis, but they're about to lose control. When this happens, it will rip our country apart in ways you never imagined, from where we shop to the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. A few years ago, I warned that the housing prices would collapse. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash, and they did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all. I've posted a free video at $downfall.com. Maybe you'll disagree with my conclusions, but first you need to watch this video and see the facts for yourself. You can watch the video for free right now by going to $downfall.com. Again, that's $downfall.com.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Earthquake, floods, winter storms, prolonged power outages, or war. Each of us have had that moment when we recognize that we need to be better prepared. We typically do the same thing. We start with food storage, then we address the need for water. But have you considered heat storage? I'm talking about staying warm in the cold. Here are some things for you to consider. How will I keep my family warm? The standard answers are firewood, coal, or propane. But the problem with that if you need to be on the move is you can't take it with you. Another concern, there may come a time when you need to stay warm without smoke, like in times of war. There may even come a time when you can't burn fuel. The answers may be simpler and less costly than you think. For these answers, go to fortressclothing.com. Again, fortressclothing.com has the answers to your heat storage dilemma. Don't get stuck in the cold. Fortressclothing.com. You'll never be cold again.
Dr. Norm Shealy's with us, normshealy.com. And if you'd like to sign up for the same newsletter that I receive multiple times per week, just go to normshealy, SHEALY.com, NORMSHEALY.com. Dr. Shealy, Miles from Europe just called in. Welcome, Miles.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Doc Shealy. Good morning, Vincent. Good morning, Faz. How are you all doing?
How is it over there in the great Europe?
Well, I was just thinking of you because we have our apple season.
Do we have Miles?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Vincent,
yes, we can hear you fine now.
Okay.
Yes,
wonderful.
I can.
So, in our neck of the woods, it's beautiful. I was just thinking, I'm calling in because of a comment of Doc Shealy and the apple juice. We were just going through a little bit over 500 tons of apples producing apple juice, cutting up apples into for compote, making compote, and cooking that up that we can glass it or can it. And as well as preparations for apple cider vinegar here. So this is our apple season. We just went through the cabbage and haven't made sauerkraut and prepared it as for freezing or for processing. And we already finished doing our pumpkin seed oil.
Fabulous.
Wow.
Sounds like a factory.
We're farmers. We're producing stuff, so we have to do something with it in order not to waste it and have it for us for the winter and up to next year.
Miles, do you save pumpkin seeds and eat the seeds as a snack?
Sure, we do that as well, but mostly the children love it. Actually, it is instead of eating chips, we have them salted a little bit with Himalayan salt. You make a solution, you put them in there, and then you take them out and let them dry out. And it's better than potato chips if they want to eat something. As well as we do that with sunflower seeds here.
Mm-hmm. But, do you have a concern, as Dr. Shealy does, about apple juice from China? Do you have a concern?
Well, I drank a lot of apple tea in China. I still survived it. I don't know whether it had an impact on me, but I do know that if you go to the Yangtze River, you might still be able to develop photograph pictures in that river there.
Hmm. Are you saying because of the chemical contamination?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't nice, but we're not getting things from China. And so we have, every farmer has approximately between 15 to 50 apple trees here. And so we're harvesting that, and we're juicing them, or we're preparing them, cutting them up. And what we're doing actually is we are even preparing strudel. Apple strudel was very famous over here. So we're preparing them. We're preparing the dough, and we're preparing them the way that you can even freeze them. And if you have the occasion on the weekend, just take one out or two out if you have guests, and bake it properly ready.
Mm.
Sounds great.
Yeah, that's just an encouragement for you that class should come together and plant some trees and do something for them themselves. But why I'm calling you in, and I'm sorry to rain on your parade with the transgender stuff, is I wanted to talk to you about.
You're not telling us something. You're not coming out. I'm teasing you.
No, I'm not. I'm not. No, I invite you though to come over here to enjoy what we do enjoy here. So why I'm calling you in today is sodium bicarbonate, or known as baking soda. And I was having discussions here with a couple of people about sodium bicarbonate, because in our family it's part of our diets. If we ate too much, or if we ate something that is, if there's a heartburn coming up, or things like that, we use it. We even use it. I use it as my toothpaste because I like it, and I don't go to the supermarket and buy the baking powder. I buy it in bulk, like in 10 to 50 pound bags, or plastic. What is it? These packages, these packings in plastic that you only open the lid and you can store it safely and dry. So sodium bicarbonate, I do use personally for 3 things, and I wanted to have your opinion on that, Dr. Shealy, if that's okay, if I may.
Oh yes. Well, my concern is not the is not the bicarbonate. My concern is sodium in large quantities. There's no question that sodium bicarbonate alkalinizes, and that's good. Personally, I prefer potassium bicarbonate. Interestingly, our body needs twice as much potassium as it does sodium. Mm-hmm. And so if I were going to use it for the purpose you're talking about, I would try to get potassium bicarbonate, because it's rare to overdose on potassium, but you can overdose on sodium.
Okay, that was the question, because I have somebody here in the village who swears on using it on a daily basis just to level his acid levels to become alkaline. I usually do that with magnesium, especially my magnesium chloride hexahydrate. And but this man is swearing on the sodium, and I was pretty concerned about that because of the sodium, the possibility of overdosing in sodium.
Right, and you can buy potassium bicarbonate. I just looked it up to be sure. I found a pound of it for $6.99 on the internet.
Well, I think this is something we might suggest for class to have always handy, especially if for a surrogate, even for these tummy pills that if somebody has an acid reflux or has issues with the alkalinity of the body, in order to use that instead of sodium bicarbonate or some kind of aluminum product that has been pushed by the pharmacomafia.
Right. Yeah, you can. The easiest online source is nuts.com, at least here in the United States.
Okay. Well, I would shop for with eBay or some of the chemical wholesalers that we are working with, but right. This is not a problem for me. It's only the fact on what you think about the sodium bicarbonate, and you just answered that, and thank you for that. So
yeah,
I will.
If you were taking a teaspoon a day total, I wouldn't worry about the sodium. If you sodium bicarbonate, but if you're using more than that, I would want to go to potassium.
Okay, very important.
One teaspoon. 1 teaspoon per day of sodium bicarbonate, Dr. Shealy?
Right, but you could take 3 or 4 teaspoons of potassium.
Let me give you the bigger picture on why my interest in especially that is the case. Our body needs all the minerals in order to have building blocks and to repair itself, as well as the amino acids and the vitamins. But you even have to balance your diet to the point where you are alkaline, where your bowel system is alkaline. And only taking minerals, I don't think with what we are dumped on with Monsanto and other corporations that are putting out all these interesting glyphosates and other fertilizers, I started measuring my pH on a daily basis, like 3 times in the morning urine, the urine in the afternoon and at night, in order to achieve a level of 7.2 to 7.4 in between that. Is that something that you say that is a level that is okay, that is safe?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. In order to have a higher intake of the minerals that I take, such as DE, diatomaceous earth, or copper, or even magnesium, do you think this is beneficial to keep the body even on a more alkaline level then?
Oh, absolutely. It's extremely important to keep the body alkaline. One of the prime causes of virtually every disease in the body is acidity.
I agree on that. That's why I was going more and more into getting my alkaline level to 7.2 to 7.35. What is the level that you deem a safe level as a maximum alkaline level for body operations, let's say, in a daily average?
Well, the ideal for me is a salivary pH of 7.4. and a urine pH of between 5.5 and 6.
Really?
Oh, yeah. The urine should be acid. If the urine gets up to 6.5, it markedly increases the risk of urinary tract infections.
Okay, that's understandable because then the bacteria could flourish better in that alkaline environment.
That grow there tend to like alkalinity, and so you want to keep them as low as possible.
Okay, so what is a suggestion as a daily intake? Like, let's say in a cup of water in the morning to start with sodium, not with sodium, with potassium bicarbonate.
Well, I think, probably even there, I would start with a half teaspoon.
Okay, and would you suggest, like, after lunch or even after supper, having one more half a teaspoon adding into the daily intake mix, or is that not necessary?
No, I would say it's necessary only if you have heartburn. If you got acid excess in the stomach.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
Miles, you're talking about using this as a preventative measure? Is that what
in order to keep the body pH alkaline, that's the only reason for taking it.
Look, Vincent, I don't like expensive urine. I'm taking a lot of minerals and a lot of vitamins. And in order to have these minerals and vitamins reaching the top level of maintenance for my body, I need to have a certain level of alkalinity. And I think we continue after the break if you want to.
Sure.
Right.
Miles is with us. Dr. Norman Shealy is with us. I'm Vin Finelli. This is USA Prepares. We're talking about sodium bicarbonate and potassium bicarbonate. We'll be right back. By now, you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else. Except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor period, with packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATI Armor.com. Come and take it.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Attention, all men. Are you urinating more frequently? Do you wake up to urinate? Are you having a slower, weaker stream? Don't ignore the warning signs of your aging prostate. Get your free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Super Beta Prostate is guaranteed to support a more complete emptying of your bladder, a fuller, stronger stream, and less waking at night to urinate.
Super Beta Prostate is a product that I really like. I endorse it. I use it myself. I was very pleasantly surprised that Super Beta Prostate helped me fairly quickly.
Super Beta Prostate is formulated with a natural plant enzyme called beta-cytosterol. It's so powerful, you'd have to take 100 saw palmetto pills to get the same sterols as just one Super Beta Prostate tablet. Don't ignore the warning signs of your aging prostate. Call now to get your free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Call 1-800-853-1203. That's 1-800-853-1203. 800-853-1203.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
Dr. Norman Shealy is with us. Miles in Europe is with us, and we've been talking about salivary pH of around 7.4 and urinary pH of 5.5 to 6. And Miles is interested in optimal health. Miles, please continue.
Okay, so in order to have the magnesium, the copper, the selenium, whatever you take in to achieve its maximum potential, if I'm not misunderstood, the body needs to have an alkaline level in order to utilize all these minerals and all these vitamins at its best. Is that right, as I just described it, Doc?
No, that is correct. If your pH gets down as low as 7.2 in the blood or up as high as 7.6, you are exquisitely ill.
Exactly. And so my question now is, when would you administrate, at what time of the day you would suggest would be the best intake time for potassium bicarbonate? Would it be like in the morning after the wake up, more in the afternoon?
I think morning is the best time, but if check your pH several times, various times of day, and if you become less alkaline later in the day, then take another dose.
Okay. What do you think about taking it in like prior for going to bed in order to have a prolonged period where the body is not under stress, where it's actually relaxing, where it's even working for the muscles to soothe the muscles, and have the highest possible impact on the body in order for detoxification and taking acidity out of the joints and taking arthritis even out of the joints? Would that be applicable as well?
I think probably. Again, everybody is unique in their diurnal rhythm, so that if you're a morning person, that is, if your peak energy is when you wake up in the morning versus an evening person who doesn't want to go to bed until midnight or later, there would be differences.
Okay, so the important measurement then would be the saliva pH in the mouth. Is that right?
Well, in general, but I like to check both, because you don't want your urine to become alkaline.
Okay. Well, when you go to eBay, you will find a pH meter for between $6 to $10. It's just it's just like a pen, and now there, of course, I prefer the little strips, the little paper strips. Yep.
Because the meter you're going to have to wash and keep clean, because you're going back and forth between your mouth and the urine. So I like the little strip.
No, that would be for exclusive use then for the urine.
I mean, unless there's a new transurine species that would like to be present.
No, but very seriously, this has a big impact on our diets here, and everybody who has inflammation in the body and is starting to develop arthritis. What's nothing else than a word for an aching joint in Latin, should consider taking in potassium bicarbonate, or for lack of that potassium bicarbonate, the baking soda, the sodium bicarbonate, in order to help the body to get rid of these acids and even to unclog arteries and blood vessels. And out goes another sponsor with alkalinity drops.
You're right on.
Okay, so let's
go
ahead.
Miles, I had a question, and there may be some confusion in our class. For example, you have recommended to me off air, on air, apple cider vinegar with mother. I take it, I love it, and it reduces inflammation, but it's acidic. Now, we've been talking about bases, right? We've been talking about the potassium and sodium bicarbonate. So my question is, how do we reconcile taking acids and bases? Miles, can you stick with us through the break?
Sure.
Okay. And Dr. Shealy, if you could address that question, I'd really appreciate it. And class, we're going to be back right after top of the hour news and commercial announcements. Dr. Norman Shealy is with us, medical doctor, PhD, author, and Surgeon of the Year. And Miles is with us from Europe. I'm Vin Finelli. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit WaveHomeSolutions.com. That's WaveHomeSolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sam Nussbaum with the Anthem Foundation. Premature birth is the leading cause of death of babies and disabilities for children. That's why we support the March of Dimes to help mothers have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment and outreach to help moms during their pregnancy and give every baby a healthy start in life. Learn how you can help at marchofdimes.org.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Everyone all set? Cocked, locked? Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. Dr. Norman Shealy is with us. Miles is with us in Europe. And we've been talking about pH. And one way of thinking about pH is potential of hydrogen. And, there's a scale, a pH scale, that starts with the 0 and ends with a 14. And the pH of 7, it would be neutral. That would be what water is. Pure water would be a pH of 7. Vinegar would be a pH of 3. Baking soda, pH of 8.5. And acids would be on the low scale. A strong acid, a very strong acid like battery acid would be close to 0. And a very strong base or something alkaline that's very strong like lye would be at a 14. And my question for Dr. Shealy is, how do we reconcile... Yeah. How do we reconcile?
Interestingly, apple cider vinegar, when taken orally, alkalinizes the body. Yep. Remember,
that was my question.
And lemons are acid. However, they are among the best of the alkalizing fruits. In fact, all fruits except cranberries, plums, and rhubarb, which isn't really a berry, but it's a fruit. Anyway, cranberries are acid-producing in the body. Plums are acid-producing, and rhubarb is acid-producing. All other fruits are alkaline-producing when you take them orally.
So that's why we would consume cranberries for a urinary tract infection?
Exactly.
Because it increases the acidity?
Of the urine, yes.
Right. Okay. Miles, back to you.
Two things I wanted to add. Coca-Cola has a pH of 2.1 here.
And you might as well be drinking hydrochloric acid.
Yes, it's like
I think it
Clorox.
might be at least as safe.
What I wanted to point out is last week we were talking about preparedness in our Tuesday show when I was the last time on with you. And I put out the statement that preparedness starts with your body. It's not the tool that you're going to buy, because if you don't have the body in order to use the tool, you will die. It's very simple equation. And so the first step in order to get your affairs with your body back on top, it would be watching your pH, because as Doc Shealy said, pH-related diseases would be, for example, osteoporosis, retreating gums in the mouth. It would be vertebrae that are shrinking, and you will have more issues with your back. That's especially with the males. The females would have more problems with their hips and the bone structure there. What another signal for that is the loss of hair color because of loss of the copper, or the loss of hair. If you do start developing a helipad, this could be related to a very high pH and is a factor where you definitely just can look into your body in order to find out what the state of affairs already is, what a sour pH, what already did to you, and as well as nails. If you look at your nails, you have good nails, strong nails. That is good. But if your nails are weak or softer and tend to break, that is even one more indicator to look at your pH in the body. So preparedness starts with yourself, with your body, with your own personal household as number one.
Miles, you're speaking my sermon.
Dr. Shealy, you don't know how thankful I am that you are every week on the show, because every time you're talking on the show, you're saying something, I'm learning something. And I'm very thankful for that. So thank you that you're there, Dr. Shealy.
Well, thank you for your comments.
Miles, you mentioned helipad. Now, what you mean by that, I believe, is a bald spot right on your head?
Yes, that's a bald spot. We call it helipad, like a helicopter landing space.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure our class knew exactly what you were talking about. And Dr. Shealy, I just want to share something with you. Miles will call me off air, and he will just praise you because of the things that you say. So he just said it on air, but he also says it to me off air many, many, many times. So thank you, Miles.
Let me go back to the apple cider vinegar. It's very interesting stuff we're talking about here. The apple cider vinegar is, as Doc Shealy said, it is acidic. But when it reaches the stomach, it makes a 180 and turns into an alkaline environment, as well as natural citric acid from a lemon does. And the upside for apple cider vinegar is like you're eating like a small dose of sauerkraut, because you're getting, if you have the mother, even the probiotics from there, and that starts fermentation and is very important for the bowel hygiene.
Right on.
And Miles, but not all apple cider vinegar seems to have the same results. And the one that we found that really works well is Bragg's, Braggs, here in the United States. It's not available everywhere. But we've tried Heinz, and it just doesn't seem to work. And you're talking about apple cider vinegar with mother. So if you want to know how to recognize this in the class, in the store class, it's cloudy. And if you shake it, it has this sediment in the bottom. And what we do is we shake it up before we take it. And here's what I do. I will pour about an ounce into a small cup, add some ProPure water with that, and just drink it. And that's what I do.
Yeah, that's what I do as well. I do it once a day at least, after lunch. And then I started now measuring my pH, like three data spots per day, morning, lunch, and at night, in order to balance that. And the apple cider vinegar does a difference. It really does a difference, but it depends on what kind of apple is being used in order to produce the apple cider vinegar. Like right now, we are making this year the first batch of apple cider vinegar here. We decided to go for 10 tons in apples to make the first batch of apple cider vinegar here. And we divided these 10 tons to five brands, or not 5 brands, 5 different types of apples in order to find out what kind of reaction, how they react to the body, how they respond to the body. If you don't have the opportunity to get apple cider vinegar, the next one would be grape vinegar, but the grape vinegar that is produced out of grapes with seeds, not the stuff that is produced from the seedless one. Mm-hmm. And
so that would, in this country, that would be called wine vinegar, right, Miles?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So that would be something I would look for. Is it made out of grapes with seeds, or is it made out of the seedless ones? The seedless ones are the GMO ones. Even if you consume them eating, you will find out that they have a higher glycemic index. So the body cannot utilize the sugars there, and you grow fat. You grow belly fat.
What about the balsamic vinegar? Miles, is that what you're talking about when you talk about wine vinegar?
No, the balsamic vinegar is a type of grape vinegar that is being fermented in oak wood drums. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they're even stretched with sugar syrup. So that's why we only use that for salads as to make sauces with. But it's not the vinegar that we're taking in. We're taking in the liquid vinegar.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're talking about wine vinegar that's made with the seeds from grapes with seeds as second choice, and the first choice is the apple cider vinegar with mother.
Yes. Please let me go back to the symptoms of the body, what you can see. What we witnessed here is dental loss of becoming mothers of pregnant women. And the ones that were looking after their pH, interestingly, they did not have a loss in their teeth.
And you're talking about receding gum line?
Say it again.
Miles, are you talking about these mothers who maintain the proper pH? Are you talking about losing their gum lines where their gums are receding? Or
not only the gums, they physically lost teeth after the birth. They had teeth, one tooth or 2 teeth that were going bad, and that had to be taken out and within 2 years after the birth.
Okay. Dr. Shealy, what are your thoughts?
Well, I as a matter of fact, love balsamic vinegar. It has various and sundry herbs that have been used to give it different flavors. And for salad dressing, I think that and olive oil are the ideal. But for using it to alkalinize the body, you do need to use the apple cider vinegar. And interestingly, you can buy Bragg's apple cider vinegar online very inexpensively.
Mm-hmm. It's about $5 a quart locally when we can find it in Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. You can buy it for $2.98 a pint on the internet, but you have to have a certain order to get free shipping. So, you got to order a lot of other things to make that work.
You know, Dr. Shealy and Miles, I'll tell you what we've started doing is we've been buying it when we see it and we give it to our friends. And I think that would be a wonderful gift to give someone, a useful gift. You know, those who have aches and pains, I think it's worth trying. And they might remember you for it. We'll be right back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I have an important message. Right now, the highest levels of government are struggling against an inevitable crisis, but they're about to lose control. When this happens, it will rip our country apart in ways you never imagined, from where we shop to the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. A few years ago, I warned that the housing prices would collapse. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash, and they did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all. I've posted a free video at $downfall.com. Maybe you'll disagree with my conclusions, but first you need to watch this video and see the facts for yourself. You can watch the video for free right now by going to $downfall.com. Again, that's $downfall.com.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug-out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of slingbow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
Don't take a cold or flu lying down. Stand up and fight back with Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver is a natural immune system booster that is highly effective against viruses, bacteria, and fungus. Supernatural Silver is perfect for daily use and can be taken orally or used topically to keep you protected from whatever comes your way. This new technology is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver and is supported by extensive research from over 300 clinical studies at universities and independent research facilities across the country. Supernatural Silver has an exceptionally long storage life and should be an essential part of your emergency preparedness. Don't be caught off guard. Give your body the support it needs to fight off deadly pathogens that are lurking everywhere. Stock up on Supernatural Silver and give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 20% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com. supernaturalsilver.com.
I am a 47-year-old female and had a heart attack in 2005. This is Alice from New Jersey. I still get angina, even with 4 stents. I was taking nitro 2 or 3 times a week. The very first day after taking Heart and Body Extract, the chest pain was gone. Now I don't wear a nitro patch.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Dr. Norman Shealy is with us, normshealy.com, NORMSHEALY.com. NormShealy.com. So if you'd like to buy Bliss, that's the place. If you'd like to get the free newsletter, that's the place. NormShealy.com. Miles is with us, and we were talking about the optimal pH. And during the break, I went to the internet and I looked at pH test strips, which is what Dr. Shealy was talking about earlier. And, you can buy them that have a range from 1 to 14. However, Dr. Shealy, I don't think that that's where we need to be, because you don't get the accuracy with a 1 to 14 test strip as compared to a narrower range. And I found some at a range of 5.5 to 9.0. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I like the narrow range.
Okay.
Because you don't need those extremes for people.
Right. So if the high end of 7.0 is not high enough, and that's why what I found that seemed to be a pretty good range would be 5.5 to 9.0. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. And how much are they, class? I found them on eBay with shipping included. Buy it now, 99 cents for 80 strips, 99
Wow.
cents. Just a little. Yeah, just a little over 1 cent per strip. Yep. Okay, Miles, back to you.
I learned a lot today, and so let me tell you what I'm taking away from this show already. I will adjust my diet, and I will experiment whether it suits me best to take potassium bicarbonate in the morning. Come on, Vincent.
Miles, hold it. You need to make sure that you say don't take potassium cyanide, please.
Don't no,
do not add that to your diet.
No, what I'm going to
maybe
do is,
maybe it'll transgender you, but
oh, jeez.
For the next life.
So I will experiment whether it suits me more in taking in between 1/4 and 1/2 teaspoon of potassium bicarbonate in the morning or at night in order to level my pH and to help my minerals that I take in to create a better result. And I will test 3 times a day my saliva in the mouth with test strips, and I will test my urine 3 times a day with the electronic pen pH measurement device in order to find out how my pH develops, and I will report back on that. But I think, class, you shouldn't only suggest that doing that. I think you should go out and buy a pack of potassium bicarbonate and start using that, especially if you are developing heart problems, blood vessel problems, if they're hardening up. These helipads, like bald spots on the head, nail or issues with hair. I would just start taking that in. It is cheap, it is very effective, and it would at least take out all the crud that you're taking in that was provided generously by Monsanto every day to us.
Miles, I just looked up potassium bicarbonate, 1 pound, shipping included. I don't know if this is from China. I've got to do a little more research on this particular one on eBay. $12.94 for a pound of it shipped. So it's very, very inexpensive. Dr. Shealy, Miles mentioned heart issues. Is this something that you would recommend for those who might have congestive heart failure, potassium bicarbonate?
Well,
as a supplement?
Shayne, I would, in congestive heart failure, I would strongly recommend that you check your pH.
Uh-huh.
Because if your pH is normal, I probably wouldn't add anything like that except under careful supervision. But if your pH is off, if you are like a pH of 7.2 in the mouth, then it would be reasonable to do it.
Okay. One more time, Dr. Shealy, if you could share with us oral salivary pH. What is ideal, and what is the low, the high, and what is ideal pH for salivary testing with a
ideal
pH
is
test strip?
7.4, Now, if you get
7.4 is ideal.
7.3 or 7.5, you're already getting into potentially serious problems.
Okay, 7.4 salivary pH is ideal. If you go down 1/10 to 7.3 or up 1/10 to 7.5, that's of concern. We'll be right back.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares unfiltered and untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 pain hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Dr. Norman Shealy is with us at normshealy.com. Miles is with us from Europe. Miles, I believe that you mentioned that you brush your teeth with salt and sodium bicarbonate or baking soda. Dr. Shealy, do you have any concerns about that? Is that a good practice? Because that's what I do.
No, I consider that excellent. Back in the old days, about 50 years ago, there was a wonderful product on the market that actually came that as a tooth powder, but it had eucalyptus oil added to it, which really tasted good. So you could add a few drops of eucalyptus oil, or one drop maybe, to a toothbrush, and that does add some additional funny but pleasant stuff.
Okay. Is there any concern about abrasion, excess abrasion with that combination of salt? And when I'm talking about salt, okay, it could be sea salt. Miles, what kind of salt do you use?
I don't use salt. I was cutting out the salt because I was using the Himalayan salt, and the way it dissolves in water, it takes longer than the sodium bicarbonate. So you still have abrasion happening on the teeth a little longer with the salt than only using pure sodium bicarbonate.
Okay, so you use just sodium bicarbonate without salt?
Pure.
Okay. All right. And so I've been using salt and baking soda. And that's something that my dad taught me, back in the 1960s. And he would just take a box of baking soda and just pour a little bit in his, just freshly washed palm of his left hand, and a salt shaker with a little bit in the palm of his left hand. And then he would just take a wet toothbrush that he just rinsed to wet it, and then that tooth powder that he just made would stick to the toothbrush, and off he would go, and he'd rinse a few times, and that was it.
Interestingly, what your body, what the bladder and the urinal ways do need on acidity, the mouth and the gums do need an alkalinity, an alkaline environment. So, very interesting. Our body has certain needs in certain regions of the body. So I only use the pure stuff. And I was last week I was at the dentist, and he always when he welcomes me, he's always totally fascinated that I am one of the patients with the most bright and most clean teeth that he has.
Mm-hmm.
He already asked me twice what I'm using.
And so obviously his other patients are using something else.
These other patients are using toothpaste with fluoride. I'm the only one who is using pure sodium bicarbonate, and that sodium bicarbonate has an wonderful cleaning effect, and it even whitens up your teeth, and you won't have brown spots drinking coffee or tea when you're using pure sodium bicarbonate. So it is cheaper than going to the dentist and having your teeth bleached.
Mm-hmm. And what we're talking about is a box of baking soda that, I don't know, 50 cents, a half a dollar, something like that.
I don't recommend that normal baking soda out of the supermarket, because you might have in there additives like starch, aluminum powders. So it is the pure sodium bicarbonate that you need for using on the body. Otherwise, you're taking in aluminum that your body really doesn't like.
Okay, the box that I buy says pure. So maybe it is, I don't know. That's a really good point. So where do you buy yours, Miles?
I buy it in bulk I bought it from eBay. I bought it in bulk from a chemical wholesaler as well. as long as it's pure food grade or pharma grade, like USDA grade, sodium bicarbonate, that would be the choice to go.
Okay. Very good. One of the questions, do you have another question for Dr. Shealy or comment, Miles?
Sure. There's other ways to achieve alkalinity in water, and I know that you're using your water filter, so I'm very curious, when you measure your water, what the pH of the water is that comes out of your water filter. Why? Back in the 50s, Russian scientists put a water stream under a very high magnetic field. And what they found out is the water dissolved into two streams. Coming in was one stream, and going out of this magnet coil were two streams. One was negative charged, the other one was positive charged. Today we call that water ionization. So you have these products on the market, these water ionizers or water ionizing sticks that are there to increase the alkalinity of the water up to 10.2. So my question to Doc Shealy is if whether he recommends a water ionizer for drinking the very alkaline water up to 10.2, or if it is the better way to go with a sodium bicarbonate.
I'm glad you asked that. I actually got one of those very expensive water ionizers. Not found a pill to be bothered with, to be honest. You know, my water comes out of a well. It's checked for all kinds of contaminants every couple of years. We've been here for 33 years and there's no problem. And the pH is exactly 7.0, which is normal for water. I did not enjoy the problem of going to the ionizer to get the water and being bothered with it, so I got rid of it. I'm not opposed to it. If you don't mind the trouble of doing it, I think it's fine, but I wouldn't go above drinking a pH above 8. I don't think drinking a pH of 10 would be, I don't know, just doesn't sound right.
Well, this is the great question here, because the ionizers that I have been testing here, number one, they're very expensive. They started with 600 euros, so approximately $680-700, and they went up to 2,000, and they all produced a water between 8.2 and 10.2. And I was pretty worried when I saw the one with 10.2, because I kind of had the feeling that was going over the top in pH.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I know no studies to what happens drinking that kind of pH.
Okay. Vincent?
Miles, I have a question for both you and Dr. Shealy. Back, I would say in the 70s, there appeared in the marketplace magnets that you could just attach to your plumbing. So if you had copper plumbing, you could just put these very strong magnets around your copper pipe, and supposedly it did some water conditioning that would be beneficial for your pipes as well as your body. Have you experimented with that,
Doc?
Yep. I did do it. I never was sure that it made a difference.
Okay, so I'm not only experimenting with that, we have that on our house plumbing, and we are polarizing our water with that. We have two magnets, half-round magnets that we're putting together. It was very hard to do so with the same force field, like say a positive force field that is directed inwards of the tubing or the plumbing. And what it does, it's polarizing the water, and we don't get the calcification of the tubes or of the copper tubing anymore that we used to have prior to that. So
did
it works.
Did it dissolve the calcium deposits that attach themselves to the inside of the pipes? Did it dissolve that?
No, it don't dissolve. That's not the process. If you put water or even engine oil. You can do the same thing with engine oil or with fuel. And so what you can do is you change the polarity. It's the same thing when you charge your blood in positive into a positive charge field. Like with these zappers, that has an effect on your body. It has an effect on there are claims that there's an effect on critters that are in your body that then will be flushed out because they cannot attach to the body anymore due to the change of polarity. So it is not the dissolution; it is changing the physical structure of the water. That's what Rick Miller is talking about with the water easy application. Water. Not only easy water, it is like when you have water running through a magnet field or let it run over spheres, round spheres. It changes the physical structure of the electrons. They are being polarized. It's the polarization effect that's happening here. And
so what did you find? What was the result that you saw?
The result is we have soft water.
So all you did was take two magnets, two half what would you call them? Two magnets to go around a copper pipe. You put them together. Did you put them positive to positive and negative to negative so they repelled each other, or positive to negative so they attracted each other?
Positive to positive.
Okay, so that's why it was
positive.
And that's why it was hard to do, I guess. All right, and then you somehow attached them so they would not fly off the copper pipe, and you saw the benefits. Dr. Shealy, there's been a lot of claims of health benefits with magnets, and Miles was talking about the changes that the body seems to experience. Now, there are magnets that you can have on a mattress, a whole bunch of magnets or a magnetic pad. What are your thoughts on that? Sleeping on a magnetic?
Well, I've done a lot of work with magnets, and a magnetic mattress is very good for sleep. A real magnet. Now, we're not talking about what I call Mickey Mouse magnets. Those Japanese concentric magnets I call Mickey Mouse.
Okay, so, all right, can we talk about that when we come back? And let's see if Miles has experimented with that, because Miles experiments with all kinds of things. I'm Vincent Finelli. This is USAPrepares.com. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists, get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of slingbow, a new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
My name is Don Wiskin, and at 42 years old, I suffered a massive heart attack and was told I'd be on disability for the rest of my life. What did I do? I created Extendivite. a garlic and cayenne mix of 7 herbs which rebuilt my heart and gave me back my life. For over 17 years now, I have made this formula available to you so you don't have to suffer the same thing I did. Clean your blocked arteries and strengthen your heart and boost your natural immune system. I'm 60 years old now, and I still work every day. To get your Extendivite, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit heartdrop.com. Extendivite is only $69.95 for a 2-month supply of either capsules or liquid.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor period, with packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATI-armor.com. Come and take it.
Class Dr. Norman Shealy's with us, and we're talking about magnets. Miles is with us from Europe. Dr. Shealy, there have been many claims about sleeping on magnet embedded mattress covers, magnetic mattress pads, and magnets as a way of improving the health of a body. Have you experimented with them? What are your thoughts? What have you found? And then, Miles, what have you found?
Okay.
Dr. Shealy?
I got the Magnetico Sleep mattress from Canada, which is a very high, excellent mattress. We did a lot of studies looking at the computerized EEG. And when you sit down, and especially when you lie down on that mattress, it immediately puts you into very deep delta state, which is the state in which you're about to fall asleep. So it increases the speed and depth of sleep, and it lowers blood pressure quite significantly. So that's one of the reasons I did research on it. So then we looked at 3 men and 3 women, couples, sleeping on these mattresses. And it lowered the free radicals strikingly in the women, but not in the men. So that's pretty much the extent of my work.
Now, these mattresses or these tests that you did were with permanent magnets, right? They were not electromagnets.
Yeah,
okay.
Real magnets.
And is there a distinction that you draw between the permanent magnets and the electromagnets for attempting to improve your health?
Well, now there are all kinds of electromagnets. I mean, it's all over the map as to what frequency is being used for electromagnetism. My Rejuvenatrix, the mattress that I've used, people who sleep on that have the telomeres grow an average of between 3 and 4% every year of life. and we've got people who slept on it up to 5 years. Pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, which is a very much lower frequency, has no known benefit on telomeres, but it can help pain, especially.
Miles, what have you experimented with this?
Sure. I haven't experimented on my body, but I have experimented on equipment with that. And but Dr. Shealy wanted to add something to his what he just said.
No, I'm done.
Okay, so I learned in 2006 from a Halliburton engineer, contractor that was working as an engineer for Halliburton, that every pipeline that is going through a non-stable climate, saying from Canada to America or from Siberia through Russia, they're using on the first pump station these magnets, sometimes even electromagnets, to create a force field in order to ensure that the oil that is being pumped is not freezing up and is not crudding up the pipeline inside.
Wow.
And so what we did here is we were experimenting, and that we were putting that on fuel lines and on diesel fuel lines. And what we had on several vehicles, like I told you, like in end of spring, that we had 6 new tractors equipped with that we have a saving of fuel between 8 and 12% diesel fuel.
And are you talking about neodymium magnets, or are you talking about other kinds of magnets?
You can use any kind of magnet. You just need to have the force field, the same force field applied to each other. So it's a little hassle to get that on the line, but you can do that with strip or with Velcro, or you can build a something to hold it in place, and that's what came out. We were very surprised about that.
Well, I'm certainly going to experiment with that as well. And one quick question, Miles: what have you used these on metallic or steel fuel lines, like for diesel tractors, or are these rubber or plastic fuel lines?
Both. We used it on both. The effect was just the percentage. The rubber ones were like 8%, and the steel were more to 12%.
Very good. Miles, thank you so much. Dr. Norman Shealy, thank you. In class, if you'd like to partake in the free newsletter, normshealy.com, NORMSHEALY.com. Fabulous information today. Please share it. By now, you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Did you know that drinking pure, high-alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.